Hey there YouTube, this is Mr. Bunter coming with a deck profile. I know it's been a while, but I figured I'd get this deck out of the way before the new support comes out. You guys see the thumbnail. This is a Wirbel Dragon deck support for the last couple cards that came out, things like that. Do look forward to a later video, maybe sometime later in August, when we get the new Wirbel Dragon support and I figure out how I'm going to build that deck. But without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. This is like I said, this is a Wirbel Dragon support deck, and I've been having some fun playing it. As always, we're going to start with the ride line. We're playing 1, 2, the entire Wirbel Dragon ride line. We're going to shift this over a bit. Sorry about the glare. Really can't do nothing about the lighting. Unfortunate, but we'll press on. For those who don't know, Wirbel Dragon has the effect. Every turn during your main phase, he will energy charge 3, so you'll get 6 energy every turn. You may use 3 of that energy to retire an opponent's rear guard. If you don't, he'll get power. 5k if your opponent's at grade 2 or less. 10k if they're at grade 3. And if you use the ability 2 or more times, he's able to stand, drive -2 for a counter blast. But if you are able to soul blast a copy of the Vanguard, he gains the drive back. The grade 2 reduces the counter blast for that single turn. The grade 1 with the grade 2 rise allows you to energy blast 3 to draw an additional card, and any starter will do. Okay, that's the ride line out of the way. Let's get right into the deck. We are going with 3 additional copies of Wirbel Dragon. Next, we are going with 3 copies of Best Harvest. Now, people are using the Dragonic Resonance to restand when the Vanguard restands to get the front row plus power, which is great, but the Vanguard and other cards will naturally gain power by themselves a good amount. What this deck is lacking is draw capability. Without any hand, you are not surviving your opponent's next turn. So Best Harvest, to me, seems to be the more fitting order, seeing how your Vanguard can retire units effortlessly. Next, we're going to go into 4 copies of Drag Ritter Static. Static has the ability in hand when placed at grade 2 or higher. You may counterblast 1, reveal a Wirbel Dragon in your right line, or if your Vanguard is a Wirbel Dragon, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and Superior call a grade 2 or less card from the top 5. Addition to that, if your opponent's Vanguard is at grade 3, it gains 5,000 power. Then, at the end of the turn, if your Wirbel Dragon use its skill twice to retire a skill twice, you may retire this card to do 1 or 2 things. Either choose a card from your drop zone and put it into your soul, or energy charge 3. Next, this is part of Wirbel Dragon's original support that it got. 3 copies of Drag Ritter Bashahid. Bashahid has the effect every time that your Vanguard uses a skill, he gets 5,000 power. In addition to that, when he is placed from anywhere, you may counterblast 1, reveal a Wirbel Dragon in your ride line, or if your Vanguard is Wirbel Dragon, and retire an opponent's rear guard. If nothing was retired, you draw a card. Do keep in mind that if you get to choose the rear guard, and if your opponent's rear guard has resist or any reason why it cannot be retired, you draw the card regardless. Next, we're playing 3 copies of Great Flame Axe of Ambition Scales Kogaflan. Kogaflan is great in this deck because, again, drawability. You want to maintain cards in your hand. We never use the Persona Counterblast 1 to retire a count because, again, they're never going to be there. So outside of discard fodder for your ride, he's just PG disc fodder or any other type of disc fodder or a 5k shield. Next, we're playing 2 copies of the promo. This is Drag Ritter Nihala. I would like to bump this up to 3, but unfortunately I don't own the 3rd copy. These cards have become very expensive. Like, I think they were at $24 to $25 a copy. I think they dropped back down to 7 after the Wirbel Dragon hype came down. I'll have to double check that, but if they're around 7, I will be picking up my last 2 copies. But I would like to bump this up to 3, but as of right now, this deck is at 2. The reason why we play her is because she's a walking dragon resonance. She has 2 effects. On the field or in the drop zone, you may binder if you have a Wirbel Dragon Vanguard. Give the Vanguard the red tech skill. Whenever it whenever it attacks, it gives the front row plus 5,000. Since Wirbel Dragon is going to attack twice, it naturally gives the front row plus 10. It becomes a drag resonance without using the skill. The other effect we really don't use unless we have to. If your Vanguard is Wirbel Dragon, she becomes a booster. She doesn't gain any additional power. She just becomes a 10k booster. So we play her at 2. And my little tech card here is what allows you to high roll the deck. I play 1 copy of Blazing Warcry from Cody Blaze. So for those who don't know what this card does, you may activate it, look at the top 7, reveal a card, and then you get to do 1 of 3 things. If your soul or rearguard has a copy of a grade 2 or less unit that is not your Vanguard, you may call it to rearguard circle. If the card revealed is a copy of your Vanguard, you may add it to your hand. But the most important skill here is the third one. When revealed, if nothing matches or your Vanguard or matches your Vanguard, you may do the other skill, which is to put the card into your soul. So if you're able to top deck Wirbel Dragon early grade 2 turn, early grade 3 turn, you're able to put a copy of Wirbel Dragon into your soul. That way when you get to your grade 3 Vanguard turn, you have full effect access. Again, it is a high roll because it's the best out of 7 to a best out of 50 card deck chance of hitting the Wirbel Dragon. But once we get the new Wirbel Dragon, we can add more Wirbel Dragons to the deck, making this a lot easier to go off. So I was scouring how to make the Vanguard skill full access turn 3, and I came across this card. It does allow you to do it if you can get a bit lucky. Going into the grade 1s, we play 4 copies of one of his original supports, Mass Bullet of Duststorm Irvis. Irvis has a skill: when placed from the hand, you may energy charge 3. But if you do so, you lose access to the energy 7 blast to draw a card. The other effect is when this unit boosts, if your Vanguard is Wirbel Dragon, he receives 5,000 power. In addition to that, if he is boosting the Vanguard at the end of the battle, you may Soul Blast 1 and stand this unit. So he stands alongside his Vanguard, making sure that the entire column is swinging twice. Next, an oldie but a goodie, we play 4 copies of Shinri. I believe this card does not need to be explained. Draw potential. Next, we play 3 copies of Dancing Princess of Elegant Flames, Justina. Justina is here to find our orders, especially during the grade 2 turn. That way we can find our 1 copy of Blazing Warcry. That way we can put it back in the deck to use it for a second chance just in case. By turn 3, you kind of want to just cut your losses and then go for Best Harvest. But she's here just to find our orders. Last but not least, we are playing 3 PGs and 1 Elementaria. For our orders, we of course go the tried and true Dragon Empire Overtrigger. If you do hit the Overtrigger, it means your Wirbel Dragon will be swinging for 3 times. Twin drive, 1 drive if you have the Wirbel Dragon in Soul. In addition to that, if it is paired with the red tech skill of the grade 2 Drag Raider Nahala, you're basically going to give your front row plus 15,000 power. Next, 3 fronts. We need defensive as much as possible. Again, draw is important, so we are playing 4 draw effect draws. We want to crit our opponent out of the game if we get lucky, and sustainability with 4 heals. So that is the entirety of the Wirbel Dragon deck. I hope you guys liked it, enjoyed. If you guys want to see this deck in action, you can look out for my local fights. I will tag it at the end of this video. I've been running Dragon Empire for quite some time lately, just to get accustomed to this deck build and things like that, see how it works in the tournament format. I've been having a really good matchup against the Overlord Kai deck. Not so much the Aichi deck, but a lot more the Overdragon Overlord Kai deck because they have a harder time at building a board than a Royal Paladin deck does. But regardless, I've been having a lot of fun with this, and I can't wait for the new support to come out. If you guys like what we're doing here, please subscribe, share the video, get the word out. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. That way I can start doing a bit more with the channel. We're about halfway there at 230 subscribers. I appreciate everyone who has been supporting me up to this point, and I hope you guys continue to support me, and I'll try my best to give you as much good content as I possibly can. Our local fight videos have been doing very well. Going forward, I think I'll be able to do a lot more. But again, this only happens because you guys have supported the channel, and we're trying to get, like I said, we're trying to get to 500 subscribers. That way we can do a lot more in the future. But until then, this is Mr. Budget saying keep it fun, keep it budget, and as always, we'll see you guys here next time. Peace.